to you anymore.
You're beautiful.
Alrighty, above all, hello everyone, welcome in, one and all. Welcome, snacks, snack pack leaders, and all the like. How are you today, everyone? Uh, Sorry for late stream, first of all, but this was the best time for our D&D group to get together. This is the first campaign I've ever been a part of. Yes, hello! Hello, Jojo. Hello, Knight. Hello, Admiral. It looks like a Stallful left for a minute. Thank you so much, N3SC5R YouTube or YT, whichever. Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the snack pack. Hope you're doing well. Disclaimer, Mochi has a echoey mic. We just moved. We're gonna fix that sometime this month. Thank you for being patient. Also, Mochi is new to this. She has never done a full D&D campaign, let alone a first, like, successful session. We have a wonderful DM by the name of Colin22 here in chat. We've got Ol, who's also a moderator here in chat. We've got lovely Cam. We got myself, and we have Ol. We're gonna go ahead and drop into voice chat with everyone, and I'm probably gonna ask Colin if he would like some thematic music. I'm going to guess. I'm giving a quick look over chat here. Yes, to answer your question, there are going to be multiple flavors of mochi post-debut. So be sure to follow me on Twitter so we can get to that goal. I will say though, there may or may not be a cherry mochi coming out pre-debut though. Yeah, you know, I just dropped that bomb. Anyways, let's get into the D&D session, shall we? Let me go ahead and drop in with the group. Get everyone dragged in.
Hello.
All right. We're good. I think we're good. Everyone's going to be on push to talk. Is that correct?
That is the plan. Besides me, I'm above all rules.
You are the master DM, of course, of course.
Yes. But is it okay if I set some ground rules to start us off before we get rolling?
Oops, I forgot my
Don't
push
you
button. Yes, please do.
Okay. Before we get into the actual storyline, I just want to say we already have push to talk, so this isn't going to be a big issue, but I also will not shout over people. So if I ask like, hey, can we get some calm, just like chill out of the voice for a bit, and then we'll resolve any issues that pop up. So there's that.
Welcome
Everybody
in,
knows
June.
to be
Hello,
nice,
hello.
follow the normal Mochi rules. And if you have an issue with some way I've done a rule, or if you think I made a mistake, you can feel free to ask me. I would ask that you DM me though, so that we can resolve it on the side, so we don't clog up the stream. And besides that, I think, yeah, that's all I've got so far. I've already gone through some of the rules with you guys before. We're going to try to make it nice and easy on you guys. If there's any questions that come up, I will make sure to answer them. And as everybody is new, no, we're not like expecting you to know all the rules and everything and how your class works. We're going to take it slow. First few sessions, we might not get like a lot done per se, but we'll get you guys rolling into the story. Okay? Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean, did you want me to put some adventuring music on by chance for my stream, or?
Sure. Give us a light-hearted seaside theme.
Let me see if I can do that. I don't know if I can get a rhythm bot going for that. I know I can do it on my side. Oh?
I might be able to do it in Roll20 if you have the audio on.
Oh, there's
Let's
audio
see
on this?
here.
Well then, alright, we might have audio. We're cooking with fire.
Fantasy?
Yes, we are,
Docks District. Perfect. Ready,
Right,
where'd that
awesome.
go?
Let me see if this audio is gonna
Aha.
work. It should.
Can you guys hear that?
I
Says
can't.
nothing playing currently.
You can?
I can't.
Okay, let me add.
Oh, it's
And
the
hit-
headphones. Yeah, there's no music yet.
How's that? It should start going in a second or two.
Oh!
Let me know if it's too loud, I will adjust the volume.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yes! Beautiful. Thank you for the ambience. Okay, DM, take it away.
Alright. So, most of you know the story so far, but for our audience, we have where we're going to begin is in the town of Drakh, a burgeoning city that has arisen since the discovery of an underground dungeon that changes once per year. Um, the dungeon itself is shifting throughout the year, but there's one big cycle of change every year that makes it harder and harder for people to venture down. And those that have been left in the dungeon during that cycle of change have never been found again. From there, though, are many riches, treasures, strange devices, new magics that are very appealing to many adventurers. And once it was opened, it shot a beacon into the sky. And the world you live on is one that is sundered, all the land scattered, island nations that grew from it, but now there is a central location for all the adventurous people of every country, every land, every nation to head towards. The area itself was ruled over by a kingdom of humans, but on their attempts to enter the dungeon, nearly their entire army was wiped out in their first few months. So, they slowly, because they had not much choice, let adventurers and ambassadors and people from many different governments come to their lands to explore this dungeon, and a town arose from it. The original civilization was just a farming village of halflings, but they have since headed off, who knows where? and this town now exists. All of you have come here for different reasons, whether it's fleeing something, whether it's fighting something, whether it's rising from a dark place, or just merely finishing a job. You're here. And as you gather by the water along the dockside, you're gathered into groups. Lillia and let me double check the names here. I gotta pull them up again. Lillia and Skull Splitter. You just finished a job. Nearby island nation had this guy that was just not very nice, and he was a human. So there was no skin off your back for Lillia to distract the guards while you crept in and removed his head from his problematic body. And now that you've cashed in, you're in a new land, a new place, both of you with pockets full of gold. You find yourselves in the docks, looking to the left to see about half a dozen dwarves all preening and brushing their beards, combing the salt from it as they step off their ship. Another group of quiet elves with hoods over their heads, with keeping in low whispers, muttering something that you don't quite understand or catch on the windswept day. Soon, though, more people are brought to you. There's a small gathering as you see groups being shuffled together, talked to by some sort of harbor master, and then heading off into the city. And in your group, if you would please, describe first Lilia and then Skull Splitter. What do you look like?
Alrighty. Well, I'm Lillia. I am not a goat. First of all, I am not a goat. I need to give that disclaimer. I have nice flowy locks of hair, as you can see, very fluffy. Very proud of it. Pink is my favorite color. Please do not look at the thing on my forehead. It is just don't pay it any mind. Don't look at the horn, okay? Don't look at that.
Very good. Thank you. And Skull Splitter.
I'm walking aside Lilia, adorned in my coronate robes, as I am a follower of the blood god. I have on my side is my trusty battle axe, brass of course, and I'm towering over Lilia as being half orc. I am rather large. And I'm keeping an eye out on the area as I trust practically nobody due to our past travels.
Thank you. In your distrustful states, you do notice tiny little creatures, smaller even than Lilia. Is that a kobold? Being shoved towards you, ropes tied around his hands, and then pulled off as they're basically thrown into your group by a pair of guards. Would you like to introduce yourself, Meepo?
I would very much like to introduce myself to this poor little creature. Hello there. Where are you taking this fine little kobold?
He's been pushed into you guys. Cam, I believe that's... You are the Meepo, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, you are just shoved into those two.
Hello, my name is Meepo. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I'll take a couple steps back now.
All right. As you guys are awkwardly being introduced to one another, from the water's edge, you watch this tiny, armor-clad gnome, rather tall for a gnome, but still just over 3 feet tall, drag himself up over onto the docks, wielding some sort of unwieldy backpack and clatter of equipment as he kind of flops onto the docks beside you. There's a bustle and a few guards help him to his feet, pat his back to knock the water out of his lungs, and he too is shoved into the rough square that you've noticed is now drawn on the docks where you stand. Would you like to introduce yourself? Korkrad. Anixian?
Uh-oh, is he not here?
Uh, I, I don't know where I am. Are you people? Is this above ground? I can't tell. It's been years.
Oh, well then, we've got a wee bit of a crazy one here, Skull Splitter. Don't make eye contact.
Don't worry, I wasn't planning to.
In front of you, the group of dwarves moves on from their square up to talk to the lady that seems to be meeting each of the adventurers, or has been a series of ladies. You're not quite sure. They all kind of look the same, while wearing the same robes, the same leather armor, and with a hood up. It's kind of hard to see any discerning features, but each of them in turn has been led off into the city. And there's some shouts beckoning you up to the next position in line. As you arrive there, you see an interesting fellow, another tiefling, kind of lurking off to the side, shuffling a deck of cards, talking with a few people, trying to maybe wiggle his way into the scene ahead of time. But he too was shoved back into the line and just so happens to stumble into your square as well. Would you like to introduce yourself, Jim?
Yes, hello there. I am Jin. I am a blue tiefling who has beautiful ornate white ram horns and is carrying a staff, seemingly no particular reason. Um, would any of you like to seek out your fortune or your futures with me? And because I am able to read it, and I can see each and every one of you as a great adventurer and great people. For only a few copper pieces, I'd be able to tell you what your future holds.
I lean close into Skull Splitter and I whisper, "Well, looks like we have a wee bit of a shady one here. Um, I'm also not going to make eye contact with this one."
Ah, great. Another one of these fast talkers. Ugh.
What the fuck is copper?
Excuse me?
What are copper pieces? I don't understand.
I'm
Well,
I'm giving him an odd look at this point, and I'm sorry, sir. You don't know what money is?
Um, money?
surely a man of your stature and seemingly intricate devices has at least some sort of currency on your body. Surely, for you have to provide yourself with at least a little bit of sustenance and room each night.
Karad just stares at him in disbelief. He has no idea what the hell anyone is talking about.
I'm gonna walk up to him and hold up a piece of metal that is a coin. This this is money. I say very shyly, and I try to retreat back to Skull Splitter.
Oh, those things. Well, I don't have anything quite like that, but I do. Karad starts shuffling around in his bags, and he holds out a handful of silverish gold colored coins. You've never seen them before, but they're strange and they're marked with odd symbols.
As
Is
you're
this what
holding
you
out
mean?
those coins, one of those cloaked women walks up to you and reaches out to grab a coin out of the bag, looking at it, not saying a word to you, examining the stamp, trying to bend it, flash of bright white teeth as she takes a bite out of it. She
I
looks
don't
at
think that's editable. They're very dirty.
I know
You
they're
don't
not.
know where they've been.
Well, they appear to have been in your bag, haven't they, sir?
I?
Well, that I know where they've been. These are worthless. Not useful for anything. You can keep it, or you can toss it in the sea for all they care. Anyway, your group's up next. You're making a lot of noise. Let's get a move on. Well, chop chop. Come on, there's a square. You move from one square to the next square. Come on, come on.
Skull, you want to take this one?
I advance before Lilia, trying to basically walking in first because no one else seems to want to, and I look around the area.
Yes. So you guys step into what appears to be the next square in line, and the woman comes back and says, "Alright then, so welcome to Drakh. This is the town." And behind her you see like ramshackle buildings, an overturned boat that looks like it had a door pasted on upside down, just some really nice brick buildings that are like in deeper into the town. There is what appears to be a garrison of metal clad troops with blue streamers coming from around their neck, and all of them wielding spears and a shield, and they seem to be parading around their building looking very importantly, even though it does look like a part of it has been burned off in one corner. Um, Behind that, you just see more ramshackle houses, buildings put together kind of slapdash and willy-nilly that just kind of sprawl out in every direction. Some of good quality, some of poor, but definitely very busy. And she turns to look at each of you and says, "So, welcome, like I said, to Drug Said. Now you're done looking at that. You can stare at me. Yep, got your attention. Good. Look at me. Yep, no distracted. Quick hands. Watch. No. Together. Very good. In the square. Anyway, so you come here. You're probably adventurers. If you're not, I don't really care. You'll figure out what to do. But in order to get a license to be part of the Adventurers Guild, to join us, you have to do a quest. Everybody know what a quest is?
Karad raises his hand. I have no
Schmo.
idea what a quest is.
Of course you don't. Well, if you're done being daft, all you have to do is deal with a problem that we potentially have made for ourselves. Uh, and the one for you today is, and she goes like rustling through a bag on her side, and she pulls out a scrap of leather that has something on it, and she holds it up to the light. You can't see me gesturing because I don't have a camera on. She holds it up to the light. Is like, oh no, dragons are probably not for you lot. No, you all look a little bit squishy for dragons. Hold on, let me find a different one here. Aha, perfect. All right. So, what's the first thing any adventurer kiddie starts on killing? Any takers?
I attempt to raise my hand meekly before trying to put it back down.
Oh, Pinky.
It's called me Pinky. Um, uh, 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 uh pigs? Wolves?
No, pigs bite really hard and they just devour you whole. So not pigs. Wolves work together. They also devour you whole. Next.
I always thought it was skeletons.
No, skeletons need a necromancer, and necromancers are generally bad news. Though we have a friendly one that lives in the... No, I don't know if he still lives there. Anyway. Alright, it's rats. If you didn't get it before, it's rats. Everybody goes to fight rats. If they don't fight rats, they fight slimes. If they don't fight slimes, they fight bugs. Unfortunately, that being the case, everybody wants to get stronger, get some experience, wants to train on something. We've killed all the rats, we've killed all the bugs, and we've killed all the slimes. What do you think that leaves behind when there's nothing there to eat all the things that get left in the street? And it's about that time you start to notice, as you're closer now to the city gates, that there is a certain smell coming from the city. It doesn't, like, there's the smell of the sea and the fish, and that's probably keeping things fresh on the docks. But as you lean in, you get the whiff of the city. And it's a familiar smell if any of you have ever been in a city before. It's of refuse, of debris, of things not quite cleaned up.
Oof. And I thought the sailors smelled bad.
What they do, the difference here is normally, like, wizards have this spell, and it lets them clean up a bunch of stuff. And we had a few that we kept on staff to, go around just digitating everything. That's really simple, really easy, not a very hard job. But the wizards decided to have like a little book club, and they got drunk one night, and a good bunch of them wanted to see how long they could actually delay a delayed fireball. You know, and one of them forgot and then got distracted while he was having a conversation, and they blew themselves up. Wizards very powerful, but also very squishy, and now mostly dead round here. So we got
Oh, what
nobody
a
to
bunch
clean
of
that.
idiots.
Indeed, they are a bunch of idiots. Never trust a wizard, lass. Um, but so we got nobody cleaned anything up around here. Your job is to fix that. You can either clean it up yourselves or find something that will be a sustainable cleanup for the city. Got it?
Oh, simple enough.
Alright. So I'm gonna hand you these, and she hands out these little wooden plaques, each one with a burned in symbol of the city, what appears to just be a giant D in what looks like castle battlements on the little wooden plaques. And they're all shaped differently, that looks hand done, not very official. And she hands one to each of you. Alright, that's your pass to get into the city, not your pass to get to the Adventurers Guild. If you have any questions, I've never told you my name, go on, get.
Karad starts walking off in a different direction.
But the uh, Crowd,
Please.
I think the city, the other direct. What? Eh,
I
Oh,
clap
Eventually,
Rod by the
you
shoulder.
mean that thing over there?
yes, eventually, Crod, you just hit the end of the docks.
There's nothing but sea out here.
uh, uh, so Skull. I whisper over to Skull. I was too busy looking at the seagulls. What are we hunting again?
We are glorified garbage men for this city. It is
Ah,
it is beneath us, but we need to start somewhere.
oh, okay.
As you guys are still gathering yourselves together and chatting, the woman that you were talking to disappears. But in her place, a buff-looking gentleman wielding a very large sword across his back, just a few inches shorter than Skull Splitta, wearing very shiny armor, muscles just rippling out here, walks up and says, "So, I heard you're talking to the dock master. She give you a job?"
Aye, she
Well,
has.
yes, but I couldn't be bothered with that. I'm just trying to find the nearest tavern to put my skills to more of a better use.
Uh, there's taverns everywhere. Just don't light them on fire. Would she give you the garbage job?
Aye.
I mean, she's asking everybody to clean it up, and every time they do, they give up eventually. So, free tip: find something to do the job for you. Don't bother trying to clean it yourself. If you go to the tavern, like you said, there's a druid there. He can probably tell you where to find something that'll eat all the garbage.
Thank you,
Karad,
kind sir.
Karad wanders back at this moment, pulling out a small, tiny cube that he's like tapping on.
Alrighty. He reaches out a hand to shake yours, Skull Splitter.
I accept it.
Name's Barain.
Skull splitter.
Alright, take care. See you in the pub. And he just kind of walks off toward where there's a bunch of drunk people half asleep against the wall of the overturned boat you saw.
Oh, I heard the mention of a pub. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That sounds like Lilia's type of excitement.
I start walking my way towards the pub along with him, but kind of letting him take the lead first and kind of following behind.
Alrighty. As you guys make your way into the pub, um, There is, like I said, a few people, just drunk people, just leaned against the wall, half a mess. And it's still daylight, it's just before noon. So when you open it, there's a few people there eating. Um, they're just clothes unkempt. That smell that was outside just slightly masked by the smell of alcohol and beer in here. And it's overly warm. It's humid. The air itself seems to stick, and every step you take is definitely sticky. Um, Behind the counter, it appears two tiny little. Can't you? All you see is hats moving back and forth behind the counter, and then up pops two Catherites looking near identical to each other, and they look over you with a quick twitch of their head. Point towards a set of stools in the bar, except it's just a section of bar. There's no stools. They just point you to a section of bar.
Alrighty, is this our seat or what are they trying to tell us here?
There is no seat here. It's stand. It's no seat. It's you stand.
Oh, uh, I go to the corner.
Okay. If you want seat, there's tables, and there is in fact many tables with legs hewn off. There's an axe splitting another one. There's a third one that's still kind of smoldering from where it was on fire, with the bucket still splashed on the ground. There is one good table far in the corner, and at that table sits an ancient looking old elf, just huddled over a bowl of stew, dipping it into bread and slowly bringing it up to their mouth, the staff leaning against the wall there.
Oh,
Barain,
oh,
by the way, who you saw go in this just a minute before, nowhere to be seen.
I walk over to this old elf and say
Lillia would also like to look over, please.
I heard, based on your appearance and what a good friend of mine has told me, you may offer some assistance to some early adventurers. May I offer you a drink?
I don't drink anymore.
Oh, would you like a snack? Would you like some food? Do you need any help with anything? And I attempt to kind of get closer. I'm very eager about this older
She
person.
she reaches out and just kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, and from somewhere in her robe, there's a beak that pokes out, and she feeds the bread and the stew to the beak that's poking out of her robe, and she just kind of goes grab another piece of bread to dip it.
Oh, I see. You got a wee little friend in there. Does your little friend need any food?
You're always hungry.
Let me see if I can find you some more bread. And I start looking for bread.
Um, as soon as the word of mention of food of any order comes from your lips, one of the Catherites reappears next to you. Oh, I heard you needing the bread. Yeah.
Yes, please. I need some bread for my new friend here. You have any that's kind of cheap or like nice and fluffy?
Can sell you basic course is 5 copper. Feed 2 people.
Oh yes, that sounds lovely. Can I please take that?
5 copper.
I hand him. I have 5 copper. Yes, yes, I do.
Yeah, you have 5 copper.
Sorry,
Uh,
Lily, I'm not good with money.
yes, I'll help you break down your gold later into its denominations. Just take a note that you've spent 5 copper.
Sure, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Karad is gonna go ahead and activate the small cube that he's got in his hand, and it's going to emit a floral scent, scent of the forest, within 10 feet around him.
Oh, are you approaching the table or are you still over by the bar?
I'm still standing in the middle of the room, completely clueless, tapping on my cube.
All right. Well, there is the scent of flowers.
I
And
start sniffing. Who let the garden in here?
as the Cathret passes by, they sneeze, just and keep going into the back, apparently looking for some bread.
Uh,
Now that it ain't no stink in here, it's quite nice, isn't it? I've never been inside one of these before. What is this place?
Meepo has no
You're
idea.
Oh, you you speak. Well then, that's a surprise. We're in a place for food, my favorite, and drinks, also my favorite. Is a very good, lovely place. Wait, how come you don't know anything?
Um, you try being trapped in the ground for 20 years.
In the ground? Are you like one of those ground trolls, ground gnomes? I don't know what
Not
the
a
word
troll.
is.
I don't really know what I am. Well, you
But it fooled
see,
me with that big of a nose.
my nose is not big.
I
It's not.
I mean, what a lovely backpack you have. It's so big. Skull, help me! I'm screwing this up.
I think you're on your own for this one. You
Oh,
judge
you know
this
I'm
all
not
for
good at
yourself.
social interaction. Don't do this to me.
Oh, I'm doing this to you. You're never going to learn otherwise.
Uh, um, Lillia apologizes, and I start bowing profusely.
At some point during your bowings, there does appear to be a platter that comes beside you, a cup of milk and a cup of water, and a huge loaf of bread, like overly sized, what you would think would actually be a whole platter of dough baked into a loaf.
Oh, look, my food is here. I better go get it to the lady and the pet. Bye. And I just hastily make my retreat.
Karad pays no attention. He's back to minding his own business, tinkering with the cube.
Meepo thinks you look quite alright.
hey, DM, question.
Yes.
With the table with the axe embedded in it, is it just completely destroyed, or am I able to?
No, so it's there, but it's kind of been split in half. Skull Split would have been proud of the blow that it took, but the thing's tilted towards the center where the axe is.
Okay. Can I just attempt to remove it and then kind of have my cards set up in front of me?
You want to attempt to remove the axe from the table.
Yes.
This is going to be the first roll of our campaign, guys. I would like for you to make an athletics check. I'm going to try not to be too overly motherly, but if you want to know how to do that, simply go into your character sheet, which is under the journal tab. Go
Yes,
to your
first
core
roll. I'm
section,
excited.
and on your skills selection, there should be something that says athletics. I would like you to press that, please. And a crit. Oh wait, that's not. That's all.
Oh, oops.
A
Alright,
6. Jin, you attempt it. Unfortunately, your muscle department is rather lacking in comparison to maybe some of your other traits. Um, and you go to give it a shove, and you end up kind of just pushing yourself onto your back on the ground.
You hear Lillia chuckling a little bit and then trying to hide the fact that she's chuckling.
I kind of glance over towards Lilia, giving her like a slight like, come on, look, and I just set my cards around the axe, trying to
Okay.
position it in a way where it's as if it's part of the setup.
Yeah. So the cards do slide down to the center and bump against the X on either side.
I look over at Skull. Oi, Skull Splitter, can you give the wee little one a little bit of help, yeah?
I suppose I can. I walk over to assist.
You would like to try to remove the axe from the table.
Aye.
All right, go ahead.
Same roll.
Yep, athletics.
That's what I got.
You give the thing a good shove. You're a pretty strong boy. But even still, something about this axe, it's unnaturally placed there.
That axe
Like,
is magical, I'm calling it right now.
if
Meeple would
you'd
like to
like,
investigate.
Meepo, roll an investigation check, and Lillia, roll an arcana check.
Uh-oh. Excuse me, Mama DM, how do I roll? It's
Um,
on the character sheet, yeah?
yes, on the character sheet in the core section, you'll see on the skills area something that says Arcana. You just click that, and it'll roll it for you.
Oh,
Can
she has
I
to-
also make an Arcana check?
Sure. And Lilia?
You know what,
So,
that's probably nothing. I'm going back to my bread.
so unfortunately, Lilia, your magic that you know is more innate. It's not quite learned. It's just something that comes to you when you need it. So your understanding of how magic is put together may be not quite all there, and you get a sense of magic from this, but you don't know exactly what it's doing.
That
Um,
axe is very fishy, guys. I wouldn't touch it anymore. Come eat some food instead. And
um,
I just beckon towards me.
yes, Cam. As you look around it, give it a sniff, lick the air around it. You kind of definitely smells like magic. Unfortunately, it's not something that you would understand exactly what it is with just your eyes. But Jin, as you run your hands over it, maybe feel the way your cards resonate against it, the blade itself seems completely mundane, but something in the handle is keeping it there, magically enchanted to hold that axe in place.
Meepo doesn't understand what's going on here, but Meepo thinks that there's something wrong with X.
Yeah.
It seems that this axe does not want to be held. Oh, well, I kind of try to continue back, trying to place my cards and trying to get a reading for the general situation,
As
kind of best I can.
yeah, Lilia, as you go back over to the table with the bread and the druid, she leans over and beckons you close. Little one, if you want to tell your friends, there's a rod of immovability. The axe. It's quite a clever trick. One of the wizards used to pretend to be strong, but since he's dead, no one knows the command word to let it off.
Ah, I see. Sneaky magic. And I look over at the group and I say, that axe, not moving, no go, magic voodoo, stuck, kaput. And I go back over to the druid. Anything else you can tell me?
I can tell you that you're looking for something, which is why that lovely young man sent you in here.
Wait, someone's looking for something?
Oh
Wait.
dear. And as she says, "Oh dear," the little beak and full head of a crow peeks out of the one sleeve of her garment and chomps at the bread. It grabs a chunk and disappears back into her sleeve.
Oh, there's your little friend again. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm dealing with a lady speaking in riddles. I don't know what. I'm just gonna go back to my food, and I grow quiet again to try to nibble on more food.
At the mention of magic, Karad turns around and looks very strangely at the lady. You said command word, right? Um, let me see. Do you think it's how intricate do you think those wizards were? How arrogant?
Oh, wizards are arrogant. Intricate is varying depending on the skill of the wizard.
All right then. Let me see. Can I make an Arcana check or a History check?
Pick one.
Arcana.
Okay, make an Arcana check. You get that the handle of the axe is magical, but beyond that, you don't know exactly what is keeping it there.
Lillia is gonna take a minute to look up from the table and attempt a word. Alright, I know this one's very, very popular with the wizards. Abracadabra! Alright, that's all I got. And I go back to my
Lillia,
food.
roll me a 1d100, please.
Oh,
Um,
wait, what?
wait, okay. I will do it. I will.
Please
It
roll it
is
for me, I'm done.
/roll 1d100 is how you would do it.
Okay, thank you. Oh no, what have I done?
All right, guys. Thanks for the campaign. You know, it's been great.
The axe seems unmoved.
Okay, nobody died, that's good. I do take the moment to wipe sweat off my brow at the notion that, oh no, something could have happened. Why did I do this?
Alrighty. What would you guys like to do?
Meepo will look at the axe and say release.
Meepo, please roll a 1d100.
Oh my gosh. Exciting.
As everybody's trying to take this axe off, I'm gonna say, can you guys please give me at least a little bit of space? I'm trying to see what I need to do next.
Meepo, as you say the word, the axe doesn't seem to care.
Anyone else have any magical words they would like to try? Lillia has plenty, and I roll up my sleeves to get ready to just continue an onslaught of words.
No, Lilia. Let's see what the short one can do.
Okay, you insist.
Karad swings his mace at the joining bit between the blade and the handle.
Roll to attack.
How do I do it on this sheet?
So you said you're using your mace. Let me take a look, see if you have that plugged in there. Yes, so just roll. Yeah, just press the button. Then press the thing that says mace swing.
Looks like
On the
21.
Yes, but underneath that, you see where it says mace swing? Click those words.
Yeah, I rolled it. It's in the chat now.
Yeah, no. Where it is in the chat, under the number, click the mace swing button. There we go. So
Oh, okay. So that's damage.
that is the damage, yes. So your swing is good. You hit it right in the right section. You feel the connection, and then you feel that tingle up your arm of hitting something extremely solid. You hit it real well, but it doesn't seem like you did enough damage to dislodge it.
Ooh, are we breaking things now? Lillia wants to
Whoa,
help.
whoa! I am trying to see.
Oh, your cards are scattered, by the way, with the impact of the mace. There was like loud clang, and your cards kind of just tumble down alongside the underneath the table now.
Ooh, my turn. Can I smack it with my stick? Oh wait, you first. You go first.
DM, is there the first card I see?
I'm so eager to
on the
hit the
floor, is
heck
it
out of
turned
this.
up or whatnot? Like, what can I like see which cards are turned up to try to see what reading there is there?
1 second. Um, let me see something. The first card you see is a chalice with a thorn in it.
Okay, I continue to um, pick up the cards while holding that first card, and trying to see what it means.
Ote? What do you, I don't know what you just kind of look at your card?
Sorry, I'm trying to. I'll look at the card, and as I'm kind of picking everything, all my cards up, and it's like I got what I wanted, but please do not do that again.
Oh, wait, can I ask the lady, the druid, if she knows anything else about the staff or the shaft of the axe? Excuse me, did you happen to be the wizard who owned it? Did you know the wizard, or do you have any idea what the word is?
Mm, I think I met the wizard once, but he was arrogant and not friendly, and so I simply made him trip and laughed as he fell.
That is very funny. Um, well then, smelly wizard, no give you the word. Not sure what to do here.
Can I make a history check on uh, immovable rods or arcane stuff?
Make a make a history check. See if you would have learned it in your readings.
Okay. All right. So I have this. Uh, Artificer's Lore. Whenever I'm making a history check related to magic items, I can add twice my proficiency bonus. But I don't know how I can add twice my proficiency to something that.
Just make the roll and add +2.
Okay. So 26.
Um, yes. So rolled an 18 +2 for proficiency +4 from your intelligence modifier. Yes, plus another 2, so 26. You know that immovable rods are generally just rods that wizards have enchanted so that once given the command word, they cannot be moved at all until they are released by the person who knows that command word.
Is it a
This,
single point in space at which they're locked?
yes, it is like even if the dimension itself were to be destroyed, that object will be there. Anything tethered with an immovable rod would stay constant
Okay. With
until
my
the end until the end of magic itself.
okay, with my knowledge of um arcane magics, uh is magic defined as a word of power being uttered, or is it up to just the caster?
Each kind of magic works differently. Some magic is granted by a more powerful being. Some magic comes from an understanding of nature around them. Some people are simply well springs of magic upon themselves. And wizards specifically generally tend to learn that in basic understanding there is a weave of magic created by God that they know that with certain gestures, with certain movements, with certain words, they can weave those threads into a spell. That
Oh, okay. So they will use the weave. Okay. So it's entirely dependent upon how they were feeling and what strands that they touched and okay, okay.
Yep.
I'm going to realize that it's pretty much futile to interact with the weave just like a wizard would. Uh So I'm going to just try and take the blade off of it with my tinker's tools.
Um, you're going to try to remove the blade from the shaft.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, hmm. 1 second. Let me think about this here. Go ahead and make a tinker's check while I check something.
While he's getting ready for that, I'm gonna walk over to Skull Splitter and offer him the glass of milk that came with my meal. Here you go, big guy. Drink up.
Always the mother, aren't you, Lillia?
You need your
I accepted and drink it
calcium.
still.
Ah, there you go. Good job. Thank you.
It is not cow's milk.
Oh no, what kind of milk is it?
You don't know. It doesn't taste like normal cow's milk, though.
Oh. Well, enjoy your milk, whatever it may be. Mystery milk, I guess.
I've had worse.
Oh, yes, sorry.
So you, with your Tinker's Tools check, you see that you're able to undo some of the fastenings that are binding some of it together. So little pieces that were maybe ornate, maybe for stability around the axe head come off, but the shaft itself, where it comes through into the head of the axe, is welded on. You would have to either use something like a heat metal spell or a very powerful heat source to remove the connection from the magical handle to the metal axe head. It was not simply screwed on. This is a very well put together weapon.
Okay.
As he's moving around with it, I get fed up with people trying to fix what I tried to do, and I'll get up and head back over to the old elf lady, and um, and that my I'll tell her my cards told me that I or we may be of some help to you. Is there any problems that you may have been having other than more of these people causing a bit of a ruckus here?
They're simply entertaining for me. A problem you're asking about? I have many problems, one of which being time itself is ever pressing forward. Annoying neighbors, lack of noise laws in the city. But really, my biggest problem is that of my lost pet. But I don't think you would be so kind as to look for a blue dragon for me, would you?
Lily gets really excited at the mention of a dragon. Oh, dragon? Dragon. And you said pet? Oh, Lilia wants to
Yes.
help. Me. And I hold up my hand extremely high. Lilia
Uh,
likes to help people a little too much.
You would look for it, would you?
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
it would love to gobble a creature sweet as you, right up.
Oh, that's
Uh,
that's not quite what I had in mind. I just thought I would find your pet and bring it back, not to get eaten.
I mean, I would appreciate that, but it is in the hills west of the city.
Oh, alrighty. Well, I guess I
Oh,
will
no,
ask.
not west. West is the other way. It would be east of the city and to the north.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the directions. Does anyone else want to go find the pet dragon? Help this nice little lady.
Meepo will help.
I will stand up from the table and start walking towards the door, and I'll say, I have no idea how you would keep such a mighty creature as a pet. But you saying so, I do believe that you are more powerful than you may seem.
I'm an
I will
old, I'm an old elf, young thing. What do you? How old? do you think that makes me in compared to your short little lives?
Very, very, very old. But you don't look a day over 80 or 50 or yeah. You're radiant. I give an awkward smile at the old elf. You can tell I'm not good at social interaction.
Mm, at 80 years old, oh, that is 10 marriages ago. Those were
Oh,
good times. I wonder how Gabriel's doing.
Turn around and say, "You, I like you. I will attempt to find your dragon. I
Do
will
be
attempt to recover
careful.
it."
It does bite.
Meepo knows Draconic. Meepo can talk to Dragon. Meepo will come with.
oh well, thank you very much. And I give a awkward smile to Meepo, trying to look very welcoming, obviously failing. So, we gonna set out for that dragon, or are we gonna keep playing games with Mr. Axe over here? I could try more words. More words?
Karad starts trying to focus his firebolt spell to heat up the metal of the axe,
It looks like
using
he's
it
still
sort of like a
working on it.
blowtorch.
I immediately, at this point, I'm already out the door and trying to.
Do you have heat metal?
I have firebolt, but it
Okay.
ignites things.
If you start using firebolt, I need you to make an attack roll, please.
Looks like this one is trying to burn down the tavern. I knew I couldn't trust him. Shady.
Um, okay, you hit it. Roll damage. Um, I don't believe your cantrips. I don't believe Firebolt has. You should have your end spot on it.
That it's my spellcasting modifier, and the spellcasting modifier for my spells uses my int modifier as well.
No, no, no. I mean the
Oh.
damage. It should be.
Oh,
The damage should be a straight 1d10.
okay. Here, hold on.
If I remember correctly, I'll double check that. But
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
hold on.
stay here and
Yeah.
watch him blow himself up. You here to watch the show Skull Splitter, or you already head out for the dragon?
but yeah,
I'd
the
rather not die here.
Alrighty then, I'll see you outside, big guy. I just want to see if this wee little one blows himself up.
yes, you hit it for 5 damage. It pings off the metal and doesn't seem to have much of effect.
I was trying to use it as a blowtorch to heat the metal instead, as it was a ignitable fire spell. I wasn't actually like throwing a firebolt at it.
Well, Firebolt takes 6 seconds, like it takes like 5 or 6 seconds to cast, so it would be one Firebolt like every 5 seconds.
Okay.
Feel me there?
Yeah.
Alrighty, we leaving out? We heading out? We good? Satisfied with your progress on that X there? I look over at Core.
Is it worn at all?
What do you mean?
How much uh how damaged does it look, or does it look like it's just nothing's
Oh,
doing anything?
it's pristine. The only damage done is where you took off the 2 little latches that stabilized it.
It's welded. Okay. All right. I will walk away. I'm going to go out into the city.
Alright, I'm gonna walk out with this guy and put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Good job. You did great." And I give him an awkward thumbs up. Let's go get the dragon, yeah?
The hell is a dragon?
Oh lordy, you don't know what a dragon is either. Oh boy, this is going to be a long journey. Let's go, let's go.
I thought I was. Weren't we supposed to be trash cleaners? I think I've got something for that.
But who wants to clean up trash? Dragons are more exciting. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And I try to usher him out before he thinks about it any harder.
Alrighty. So you guys head out of the pub, all of you, and you're stumbling through an unfamiliar city. Um, which direction are you heading? Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just looking to head northeast out of the city?
Any direction that is the direction of the dragon.
Yes, northeast. Um, you head, you start heading, and like, you expect to see like a wall at some point, but it's just buildings kind of get in your way as there's no real road here. You're just kind of dipping, dodging, diving, ducking around buildings. Um, and there's a wrench that falls from a roof at some point, a ball that falls from another roof at another point. Looks like people are building on top of buildings that already exist there. Um, and you eventually start to hit where there's less and less buildings. They're a little further spread out. It smells a little nicer, and soon you are within the space of an hour or so. You're outside the walls, or the lack of walls.
Ah,
And
this is
yeah,
this is so much better. Fresh air, trees, grass. Not like that's godly city in there.
I could make it smell better. It didn't really smell that bad to me. It just kind of musky.
Yeah, and I do prefer the fresh air out here. I actually agree with Horny over here. What? I'm sorry. What
So,
was your name again? Lillia's bad with names, by the way.
Jin Codweaver at your service, even though I have already told you that. But let's continue.
Alrighty, let's go, Ginny Jin Jin. And I kind of start skipping forward ahead of the group a little bit.
stay
Alright,
within sight, Lillia.
Of
I
course,
turn
of course.
I turn to Skull Sputter and ask him, "Is this a often occurrence?"
Yes, she gets very excited about everything, though she's far too valuable for me to split from her. So you get used to it eventually, I promise.
Let's hope so.
You hear me off in the distance. Look, there's freaking trees everywhere. Look at all the birds and the squirrels and the things. And I'm just getting lost in bushes at this point.
so what is your marching order?
I'm in front, I believe. I don't know if we have a map to demonstrate that.
Karad is in the back to middle.
Hold on.
I just don't know what all the blue is.
Hold on, I'm having to make a. I didn't expect you to choose this path, so give me a second to load in one of my maps.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I'm just loading in one of my maps I have
Oh my goodness.
prepared.
We're off to meet our death. We're gonna fucking die.
Hell yeah.
So
Meepo
what?
wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, we're running off to go find a pet dragon. Lilia likes to help elderly people and the pet, and that is the pet, so we're gonna go find the pet, bring the pet back. Yes. Wait, are
Okay.
dragons scary? Have I made a mistake? Have I killed us all? think
I
killed
have no
us
idea.
all.
Like, I don't know what a dragon is. But I am interested in what this thing called Meepo is. Here, one sec. Karat starts tapping on his cube and holds it up to Meepo, and a little light just kind of pans back and forth, up and down, and a small image of Meepo now appears above the cube as like a little hologram. And Karad just starts looking at that interestingly.
Meeple will grovel in front of Crod and saying, "Please don't hurt me! Please don't hurt me!"
It's not a weapon. It's just how do I say this? You're weird, and this thing helps me figure out if you're not so weird. So there.
Let's see. I'll drag you over to here. So as you're wandering aimlessly out into the nearby forest, I'd like you guys to drag yourselves onto the map where you guys would end up in the marching order.
Marching order. I have to.
You can drag yourselves onto the map by clicking the journal section and then grabbing your token and pulling it over. Just click on it and drag.
Alright, I did it.
Nice.
Also, are there any bushes nearby, like berry bushes?
Roll a survival check.
Trying to find that. Hold on.
No worries.
Where is it? Sorry, everyone. Mochi navigating her pages. Survival, survival, survival.
If you would drag yourself on as well, Meepo. We should get you an avatar at some point.
So
Okay.
I don't see. How do I get my token onto the board?
Oh, so you go to your journal and you click on your name and you drag it onto a tile, right?
Yep,
Is that the best way to put it?
exactly that. That is correcto mundo.
Also, I did my survival roll.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Let me double check. So you're in your searches, you found one really nice, juicy raspberry that you plucked off a bush. The rest just seem to be thorns. In order to like get the rest of the good berries, you're gonna have to just go through a bunch of thorns.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I take this berry, and I show it to Skull Splitter for 2 seconds. Look what I found! I did it! I picked the berry! And then I shove it in my mouth. Oh, it's so juicy.
It is very juicy. It is sweet. It is scrumptious.
And I look back at Skull Splitter, and I have this realization on my face. I only had one berry. I didn't pick 2 berries.
It is fine. There was only one that you could really grab anyway. I'll survive.
Let's see here. Let me reveal some more areas because you guys would see this from where you were. Boop a boo. Okay. So as you guys are stumbling aimlessly through the woods, you find what looks to be a campsite. Looks like the fires have gone out a while ago. Tents are there, some discarded belongings. It looks like a hole is dug up over in one corner. Just back here for reasons to be determined. Yeah, you found yourself a campsite.
Karad would like to search for small, smooth, aerodynamic pebbles.
Roll me an investigation check. You find some pretty solid pebbles. Like one would be perfect for skipping across water. One is just like nearly a perfect orb. And there's a couple good oval ones. Yeah.
How many pebbles?
You find yourself 15 pebbles.
Fantastic.
Why is the little one collecting pebbles?
Are you
He is a
firebolting
strange one.
something?
Sorry?
You rolled firebolt for some reason.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my firebolt list because it still shows, even though I have it set
Yes.
up in my settings, still shows that it's adding my spellcasting modifier to the damage.
I'll check that for you. What would you
Incinerate the
guys like to do?
pebbles.
I will walk over to the burnt out campfire to try to see how long ago this campground was set up and to see if there's any signs of people coming back soon.
Roll an investigation check. I fixed it for you.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, 1d10 fire.
Did you look? There's a campsite. The fire doesn't seem to be very warm, but you're not sure if people are around. I mean, there's a well nearby. You can see that.
Is there fresh water?
Yes. Over here is a little well. You have to provide a bucket, but there is a well.
Can I check the campsite to see if I can find a bucket? I want to make sure everyone has one.
Sure, if you go over to the campsite and roll an investigation check.
Okay, I move character and then roll, correct?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Because there would be no buckets in the trees, usually.
Hey now, you never know. There could be a bucket in the trees.
Maybe. I mean, if they're proofing it against bears, that's always a good idea.
Can I use my Tinker's tools to make a makeshift bowl or bucket?
Yes, Drake.
Bring up the feature that you're trying to use and copy it into the.
It's just crafting, general crafting.
And did you say it was an investigation check?
Yes.
Mhm.
How your tools. So if you look into look at what a tinker's tool has, it doesn't have the materials for crafting a bucket in a tinker's tool test box. 12. You look around the campsite, and there appears to be some discarded bottles. There's rope holding the tents together. Why are there two meepos?
The
And
meepos have multiplied. They're taking over.
I'm gonna be honest. It won't let me move my my token.
what? Hold on.
I don't know. Mobile won't let me move my token.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I was
Technical
just about
issues.
to ask how to move the token.
I will. Wait, you guys should all be able to move your own
You click
tokens.
and drag it, right? That's how I did it.
It's on the token
Yeah,
layer.
no.
Are
Yeah.
you guys on
I,
PC?
I don't have a click and drag. No, I'm on mobile.
Oh.
I'm on
Oh.
PC. I'm on PC, and it's not letting me do that. I right click, and it gives me the option to like move it how many feet, but it's not moving it when I let go of it.
Can the
What?
DM move it?
Are you on the select move? Like the little arrow on the top left? Because I think you're on the. So there's like a little arrow up top there, and it says
I'm on
select
the arrow.
move. If you're on mobile, you're gonna have a hard time, bro. Um, just telling you ahead of time. But yeah, see, now you can do it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just move myself right there, and yeah.
There does appear to be a bucket with a broken metal band next to it. So it's like the bucket's half broken, but
Hmm.
it's there. There's some rope you can pull off one of the tents.
Alright, I'm going to take the rope off of one of the tents.
Okay.
No check needed or anything?
Just to you're just gonna pull one of the
Yeah.
ropes off the tent? Or just cut it
Yep.
off, or how you want to do that?
Oh, probably. Oh, is there a way to like untie it and then just pull it?
Um, so you'd have to untie it from the pins holding it down
Okay.
on both sides.
Hmm. Maybe cutting would be better. I will attempt to cut it free before pulling it.
Okay, easy enough. You have a small knife as part of your kit, um, so you can cut a piece of rope off.
Okay. Oh, and now I have to figure out how to fix the bucket. Is
Wait, you
anyone
said it
handy
was a
with
damage
tools?
bucket
Yes,
made of metal.
with
Yes.
a metal band around a wooden bucket.
Oh, okay. I can actually use my Tinker's tools to repair that.
Yes, you can. If you guys work together.
And that sucked.
Sorry, I was gonna say Lilia gives you like a weird face as you like try to approach, but that was it. But that was the roll.
I just snatched the bucket and I start trying to repair it.
You are unfortunately unsuccessful in your bucket repairs. You've never tried to fix a bucket like this before.
I've
They're all-
never even seen a bucket before.
Well, no, you've seen buckets. They were just all metal, and you found them in forges.
Yeah, the wood would throw me off though.
Yes. Lilia, because you would know this, you have a spell called Mending. It is a cantrip, and if you spend 1 minute, you can repair up
Oh,
to 1 foot of an object.
Lilia almost forgot. Yes, allow me. Don't worry, little one. I'll take care of the bucket. Okay, one second. And I'm going to attempt to do a mend. Let's see. How do I
Yes.
click?
Yes, you do takes 1 minute total to do. And you magically repair the bucket. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Lilia did it! Who wants fresh water? Who's thirsty?
Hey, DM, that brown box over there, is that a hole that you said that was dug?
Yep. Yep, there's a
Okay.
weird little hole.
I will walk over and try to see.
Well, as soon
What's
as you get
down
within 10
there?
feet of it, you get the smell. You know what that hole is for.
Ah, very well. I will turn back around and try and just hang out at the edge of the campsite.
I'm making my way over to the well, by the way.
Okie doke. So you're gonna try to lower the bucket down and pull some water out?
I believe so. You might have to correct me, but I thought I had something that was water-based, or am I wrong? I don't think I do anymore, do I?
Let me check. I believe you still do have that. You have shape water.
Oh, can I just attempt to pull the water out of the well into the bucket?
Um, yes.
Yes, waterbender style.
So, hold on. You can lower the bucket down a little bit,
Oh
and
yeah.
over the course of 12 seconds, put the water in the bucket.
Sounds
You just got
great.
whoosh, and it overfills the bucket because the bucket's not 5 feet worth of water. But
Alrighty,
it's
then I'll if it's full, I'm going to attempt to pull it back up.
yes, yes.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
need to make any checks. Are we good?
No, you're good. You're strong enough to pull up a bucket of water.
Fabulous. Alright. I yell as loudly as I can. Oi! If anyone wants some water, come and get it. It's fresh and refreshing.
I will just immediately head to this big tent and take a peek inside.
Sure. Anything you're looking for?
Just to see what's in there.
Fresh and
Any
refreshing.
sacks that I could
I'm
just
dumb.
rummage through. Just
Yeah,
seeing what's there.
there does appear to be another sleeping bag in there that's over a bump of some sort. Um, yeah.
I I take the sleeping bag off to see what's under it, making that bump.
As you do, there appears to be a person in the sleeping bag, snoring softly, just laying there. Doesn't seem to
I
stir very
will
much when you pull the sleeping bag even.
I will kind of slowly put back the sleeping bag and then walk my way back out of the tent. And it's kind of like hushed yelling, like, just beware.
Lilia, not able to hear, screams back loudly, "What?" as loud as she can across the camp.
At the noise in addition to the commotion inside their tent, there does appear to be a stirring and a rustling.
Lilia's a bimbo.
Meepo will investigate.
How will you investigate? Please tell me.
Meepo will stick his nose into tent and sniff around.
As you stick your nose in, you sniff and you get the scent of nice perfume, and then you feel a hand on your nose grabbing it.
Meepo will freak the fuck out and run away.
Make athletics check, please.
Lilia's a bimbo, by the way, guys, if you couldn't tell. Bad at social situations.
Getting my water. Athletics, please. Oh, no, you can use acrobatics for this. Yes. Unfortunately, it's still not enough. Though you manage half of a backflip to get away, the momentum of her pulling you forward just kind of pulls you back face first into the tent. And the rest of you see a hand shoot out, and then Meepo disappears into the tent.
I ready magic stone. Well, actually,
What?
I cast magic stone.
Okay. Um, as you are pulled inside the tent, that wonderful perfume you smelled grows even stronger, and you are looking up at a not very tall, but still taller than you, half elven woman with dark hair who's just wearing a nice red dress and pulling a dagger from her belt.
Meepo will now go into groveling.
Oh, okay, you can use that feature. Pull it up for us, please.
And I see her pull the dagger out while he's
She's in the
holding
she's in the tent. You can't see them.
Happy.
At this point, Lilia has put the bucket down and is readying her staff. We need fight music. Bum, bum, bum,
What does
bum,
groveling
bum.
do?
She's gonna put it up in a moment. Or I can do it for you if it's difficult because you said
It'd
you're
probably
mobile,
be
right?
better for you.
Can
Yeah.
Lily do
Okay,
Ara
where is
Oh my
Grovel?
God.
Did you put it in your character sheet? You did not.
I did
Darn.
not because I don't know
Probably
where it
a
is.
shy one.
Hold on, I sent it to you. Give me a second to find it again. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Cam. Grovel. Bag. Alrighty. So, as an action on your turn, you can cower pathetically to distract nearby foes. Until the end of your turn, your next turn, your allies gain advantage on attack roll against enemies within 10 feet of you that you can see you. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
That's perfect. I am going to just throw my magic stone into the tent.
Roll an attack at disadvantage. So when you roll, it'll be two numbers. You'll take the lower
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
two.
Oh wait,
I
whoop. Yeah, okay. It's a throne, so wait, that's not. The attacker adds your spell. Okay, yeah, yeah. So it is like that. Okay.
Unfortunately, through the folds, you see there's holes that appear in the fabric of the tent, but you don't hear the telltale impact of a thud or a cry of pain. And Meepo in there, you see that the stone just kind of clatters to the ground, going past the leather of the tent.
I walk over to Core and grab his hand as to try to prevent him from throwing another stone. I'll tell him, let's not be too hasty yet.
Is there a
I
way that I
don't
can
know
get...
if that's wise enough wisdom. I just saw the small thing get just yanked into the tent. What else am I supposed to do?
Um,
Well, we haven't heard anything yet.
as they're arguing outside, she looks down at you and says, "What are you doing here?"
Meepo was sent on a quest to find dragon baby. Please don't hurt Meepo. I don't want to die.
Why is Meepo in my tent while his friends throw stones?
Meepo doesn't know why they throw stones. Meepo just wants to live.
Roll a persuasion check, please.
Oh my gosh. Poor Meepo.
When I uncovered it, did I see that it was a woman, or did I just see that it was just someone sleeping and just put it back?
You saw someone sleeping there with dark long hair. Persuasion, please. Okay. She sighs and puts her dagger into her belt. I've dealt with impulsive party members before. You
I
are going to stay on the ground and crawl out. And if you wish to keep the rest of your friends alive, you will back up 60 feet before addressing me from a distance. Do you understand, little Meepo?
Meepo understands.
Then crawl.
Oh no, Dommy Mommy vibes.
Meepo crawls out of the tent towards friends and then tells friends that we have to step 60 feet back.
I will take one step back and yell into the tent. Now, I appreciate you letting my companion go. Would you like to have a short conversation with us? I am terribly sorry that we have disturbed your your sleep.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Wait, they want us to stand 60 feet away?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Alright, well, since Meepo's next to me, I'm just gonna whisper to him. Meepo, are you okay? What happened in there?
Meepo was dragged in. Meepo was scared. Lady pulled dagger.
Nasty lady. Wait, why are you all the way over here? Why are you crawling? What? You're so dirty. What? What?
So as you as you say that, she steps out, and you see a young woman there, like with a red dress, an ornate dagger at her belt, arms out, hand palms up, taking all of you in. I believe I said 60 feet. I would like to talk, but I would also like to be listened to.
I
I size
am.
her up.
You're
So
sizing her up?
I'm standing my ground and I'm sizing her up.
Roll an insight
I
check, please.
Insight?
Hmm. What are you doing, Jin?
I kind of try to step forward just a little bit and try to take them back at least to
Okay,
this.
you step forward. I need you guys both to make wisdom saves.
Oh, fun.
Somebody's going to get blown up.
Is this a magic wisdom save?
It is indeed.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, 22 on Jin.
Hold on.
I
Do we not
am
have music
attempting
anymore?
to kind of take them back to at least the tree line
I'll ask
here.
later. Uh-oh.
Okay, Jin. Um, you feel the presence of
Miko's trying to warn
something
them.
around you, but you shake your head and recognize it for an illusion. Core. Strange flying creatures you have never seen are suddenly cackling in your ears, driving you to fear.
Even with advantage?
Yeah.
Is the spell DC higher than 11?
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
um, and they're just laughing and giggling and surrounding you, and you can feel them almost crawling over your back. You are frightened. Um, let me just double check because this one's different than a normal fear effect. Let me double check frightened condition. Do, 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 do.
I'm
All
going to
right.
take this. Can I take a moment to get closer to Meepo and attempt to calm him down and give him head pats?
Sure. So this is the description of frightened. I put it in roll 20.
I got you,
So
chat.
you cannot
Head
move
pats.
closer, which you're in melee range. So you can't anyway. But you also disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Um, Jin, you passed the save, so you are not feeling that.
Okay, I will grab Core by the arm and will say to her, I am terribly sorry about this. Um, though I do wish to at least be able to hear you when you speak back. So, would you allow me to at least move to the trees there, right behind me?
Go to the trees just away.
Yes, ma'am. I will do so at once. And I will attempt to drag Core with me to the trees.
Okay.
At this point, since Lillia can't really hear much, I'm going to kind of shout at the woman. Excuse me, but what's going on? Can we help you?
I
You
will.
can help by not pulling back my covers and poking pointy noses in. I was sleeping.
Oh, terribly sorry about that. Won't happen again. Meepo, what did you do
Where
to her?
are my campmates? They should have been keeping watch.
Again, I must reinstate. We
She
are.
she looks around suspiciously. Do any of you have any blood on you?
Knowledge, no. I'm pretty.
Probably,
Not to my
Nope.
knowledge.
Uh-oh.
just because, you know,
Yeah.
Oh.
my axe is going to be very blood-stained and blood marks
Yup.
all over.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We lost someone. It sounds like.
Yeah,
It was
Cam's
it was
Discord
Meepo.
closed, and well, Meepo's Discord closed, and they need to reopen.
Okay,
How
I
do I
see
move?
them. All right. She takes a quick look around. It's like, all right. If you all can figure out where my campmates went, I will put on a kettle of tea. We will sit down and we will talk. But do not come back to talk to me until you have results. Understood?
I will speak up and say, most certainly, and will shove Core back to the rest of the group. And I will attempt to see if there's any tracks or footprints to see where these people may have went.
Okie dokie. Um, yeah, and her voice is relatively quiet, but it carries very clearly. And though her tone is harsh, there's an upward lilt to it at the end of every sentence. You can use to look for tracks of any sorts, either investigation or survival, your choice. And anyone who would like to assist in them, you can either make an individual roll yourself, or by helping, to using the help action, you can give advantage to one person.
I will give. Let's see. Here's the highest wisdom. I will give the help action to Jin.
Okay,
Okay, then. That
that
would
makes it
be
an 11,
yes.
um, an 8 from Cam's investigation. Skulls
Oh,
for
they
attack.
already rolled.
Yes, skulls for attack.
Um, probably help investigation.
Okay. Um, you gonna help? Who you gonna help and how?
Mainly just surveying the area with my eye. I just looking around personally because I am different position from them, so I have a different way. I have a different line of sight
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Okay, and who are you helping?
Probably Jin.
Okay, Jin already has advantage. You cannot triple stack advantage.
Okay, did not know that. Then I'll be helping Cam.
All right. Lillia, would you like to look as well?
I would. I'm not sure who I'm assisting though, but I
You
am happy to.
uh, you can either. Why don't you make a roll yourself, either with investigation or um, survival? And just as a note, for core, investigation is an intelligence-based check.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was sitting there thinking wisdom for a second there.
Yep, understood. Nice. So Cam and Lilia, both of you, well, Lilia, you're on the trail just sort of instinctively. You start kind of wandering off over this way, following some heavy footprints, a deeper impression. Oh, looks like somebody's glove over here, shirt there. Meepo, you're looking at ground height, but once Skull Splitter taps you on the shoulder and points, you also see what Lilia saw. There's a few broken twigs over here. Sorry, I'm dragging you guys the
That's
correct
all right.
way.
It's okay,
Uh,
thank you.
and you're seeing some discarded clothing. Come on. You're seeing. There we go. Now it's revealing. seeing little pieces of broken twigs here. You see a scratch mark on the wall, and you see finally over here, as you make your way over here, you see two different pairs of boots over here that are just left discarded, and footprints that lead further into the woods.
Well then, looks like
Can
it's free
I
shoes.
can I make an investigation check on the items of clothing?
What are you looking for exactly on the items of clothing?
Residue and just general, just so the thing is I can kind of see the history of items if they've been damaged with
How?
Tinker's tools and proficiency with Tinker's tools. So if I
How?
inspect the items,
How does that apply to clothes?
it's any particular item. I just need to know if it's damaged or not.
Can you bring up the feature that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm assuming that I also see the scattered pieces of clothing.
As they're starting to point them out, you're starting to see them as well.
Okay, I will just quickly yell back at her and say, "Seems like your friends have gone off on a bit of a venture without you. But not to worry, we'll find them soon enough."
Pretty sure they've been eaten by.
That was the optimist, aren't you?
Meepo would like to go over to the clothes and sniff them.
Um, they have a definite strong scent to them.
This is from Xanathar's guide, by the way.
Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Yes.
And it's whenever I specifically make an investigation check, I can gain knowledge of how it was damaged and how long ago.
Gosh, Mochi needs snacks.
Okay. Let me just finish reading this. Can't manufacture much. Okay, patch. Determine the age. Okay. Roll investigation, please, then. Very good. These clothes have been damaged through wear and tear. But when they were discarded, probably about 4 or 5 hours ago, there didn't seem to be. There was some definite violent tearing of them off, but there's no blood on them. There's no um, puncture marks on them. They just appear to be have torn off.
I'm going to hazard a guess that there was probably mind magic at play. Uh, these things have been violently torn off.
Ah, that would be my companions, wouldn't it? Come, sit around the campfire. They'll be gone for a day or so. They tend to get into all sorts of nonsense together.
Very well. Thank you for allowing us to um, sit around here and
Yes.
enjoy this nice campfire.
Yeah. As you sit down, she goes back into the tent a few times and she brings out an ornate silver platter with fine porcelain teacups. And the teacups smell, the tea smell is very strong, very floral. For those of you who are familiar with it, the scent of jasmine. And she lays out enough teacups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we are. 6 teacups. The last two are a different make. They're more just serviceable. The one she drinks out of looks to be wooden, but she kind of covers that with carefully manicured nails and sips from it discreetly. So, you said you were looking for a dragon?
I pick up the other regular cup and take a sip from it, and will say, "Indeed, unfortunately, we were set on a task to find said dragon in hopes of acquiring a different sense of treasure for another quest that we're on.
She gives you an appraising eye and just chuckles. There's no way you guys are going to be able to fight a dragon.
I don't think we were meant to fight a dragon. If I remember correctly, she only asked us to bring it back. What even is the dragon? Does it fight? Is it angry? What? I don't
Generally, yes.
understand.
I pat him on the shoulder and say, "It's
No, no, no.
generally
Let me
yes,
handle this.
but
She kind of interrupts you. She's like, no, and she leans in close to you, Gnome. She kind of grabs both sides of your face and squeezes it between her hands. She's like, leans in real close. Little Gnome, dragons are scaled, terrifying beasts full of teeth and fire, sometimes lightning. They fly, swoop overhead, dig underneath you, tunnel up to devour you while you sleep. Or some simply seduce you, trick you into giving up your home, your treasures, and leave you with nothing before devouring you as an evening snack. That's what dragons are.
Scaled and inherently magical. I think I know that. Hold on. One moment. I'm gonna make a history check on the nature of dragons, and I'm going to pull out one of my cubes and make a holographic image of what I think a dragon is in dwarven runes.
And while
Um,
he's doing
roll.
that, oh sorry,
No, go ahead.
oh you first. Sorry.
I make the
Um,
history check.
roll the history check, and I'll get to you in a minute. Oof, you're gonna be thinking
Oof.
about that a long while. Um,
Yeah, I still have no idea what the fuck a dragon is.
yeah, you've seen some squiggly lines that sounds like that, but all that appears is like some squiggly lines. Lilia, what were you saying?
During this whole exchange, you just see a nervous Lilia awkwardly trying to reach for the teacup, but then putting her hand back and forth because she's too scared to get anywhere near the woman.
As you're doing that,
Oh, thank you. I'll get the hit
you
dice. Hold on.
feel a tap on your shoulder, but nothing there. But in front of you, the teacup is held closer to you, and you just feel not warm, not cold, a neutral temperature hand pat you on your shoulder as it hands you the teacup.
Oh, thank you, magical floating up in mysterious invisible hands. I take the teacup and I sip it as I'm kind of shaking a little bit. I'm not sure what just happened. I know of magic, but this is new.
do do I see whatever handed her the cup or
Nope.
some sort of
You
got
might have noticed the cup, but you do not see what handed it to you. The woman chuckles and says, "Oh, you seem to have met Mortimer."
Mortimer?
Yes, he's a friend of mine. He gives quite good massages, I must say.
Is he an invisible person?
He is indeed. He is a creature bound in contract to serve me, while keeping out of the public eye, per se.
Oh, an unseen servant.
Indeed.
Thank you, Mortimer. And I look around and try to make eye contact with an invisible being.
You just feel another pat on your shoulder, and it puts 2 cubes of sugar in your tea.
Meepo will tell the
oh
Meepo
Spoopy
will tell the woman
spirit.
that it's actually a baby dragon that we're looking for, and that Meepo can speak Draconic, so Meepo should hopefully be okay.
A baby dragon, you say? Who would have sent you on such a dangerous quest?
Lilia trips up very excitedly. A very nice, kind old lady. All of a sudden, she's got gusto.
A nice, kind old lady. Tell me about her.
Oh, she's very sweet and very cute and She talks very quietly, and she got the fluffiest hair, and you can tell that Lilia's kind of getting off topic because her brain's spacing out a little bit. She takes a deep breath to refocus and continues. She has a pet in her sleeve, and she's an elf, and she told us she lost her pet, and we're out to find it. We're gonna bring it back, and she's going to be so happy. And I'm going to buy her bread and milk. And you hear Lilia slowly mumble off into her cup of tea.
Interesting. But careful with elves. They're not too far removed from the Fae to be always truthful.
I'll take out my deck of tarot cards and just start shuffling and stroking my chin at the same time and saying, interesting.
Karad wants to ask Maria about the particulars of unseen servant magic and whether or not, or what happens to the unseen servant when the contractor or the master dies, or does the unseen
Is
servant
that a
still?
threat?
What? No, no, not a threat. I'm just
Why are you
curious.
asking what would happen to Mortifer if I died?
No, no, not you. Why the fuck would I give a care? No, I want to know what happens to unseen servants if, say, like a mage doesn't exist anymore. Say, like a dwarven mage doesn't exist anymore, and then they had an unseen servant, and does it still sit around? Does it go back to the ethereal plane? Does it? What happens? Do you know?
The contract is for a specific amount of time.
Oh, so it expires. Oh, okay.
Correct. There is nothing about me that holds it here, per se. I merely make the contract, and it does as I ask.
Do you use the weave, don't you, in order to magically bind them to the material plane?
Something of the sort.
Or are you more innate?
I am neither.
Oh, okay.
Do you always
Alright.
ask every woman you meet all these questions?
He obviously has not met many women,
Yeah,
or talked with
he
them for very long.
He
I
knows
obviously.
not much of anything.
I spit out my tea just a little bit and give a slight chuckle.
Karad is stroking his beard. He's pondering the words that he is.
I'd like all of you to make an insight check. Just all of you, just make an insight check.
Right?
Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna be very good.
Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. That's such... Oh no.
Skull Splitter and Jin. Both of you have you've traveled a bit. And though this woman seems very well put together in her mannerisms and speech, her face is very young. She does not seem to have seen much weathering. She does not seem to have any scars on her. Her hands are soft looking still. There's no calluses. Besides her left hand, where there are calluses on each of her fingertips, those are the only ones.
So, Mariah, question for you.
Yes, Jin.
How come such a noble as yourself has come into these woods out in the middle of nowhere?
What makes you think me a noble?
Well, based off of your companions,
Lilia chirps up,
um,
and you obviously moisturize. And then she goes back to her tea.
and my companions having their own quirks and mannerisms, I can tell that you at least have some dealings with nobles?
Dealings, and she gives you a wry smirk. Yes, I've dealt with nobles before, but I would not quite count myself among them per se. Though
That's
we do.
pretty sus.
It is indeed sus, is it not? As you
Ah,
put so pithily.
so you're almost as close to I with our dealings with
Lillia's a
the
memer.
higher bone.
Have you traveled to the Dead City?
To the dead city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's quite far underground, but have you gone there? Do people up here do that? Do they go down there?
They do, indeed, and I have been only one floor down. There's a
Oh, okay. That's
retrieval
that's
of
not deep. That's
sorts.
not deep enough.
No, it's quite dangerous, and ill-fitting my talents, per se.
Hmm. I take it you're more of a beguiler than a warrior or an expeditioner.
Well now, that's not a very nice thing to say to a lady, is it?
But it is what you are, is it not?
I
Only
kind of I
we
kind of
little
put
one,
my
learn manners.
yeah, I kind of put my hand over his mouth and say, "Now, you understand that we are guests here, and we will do a good job at being good guests, shall we?"
I mean, I'm camping in the woods. I'm as much a guest here as you are.
Well, we are all guests in nature, but for our current standing in this specific area, we are guests to your campsite.
You are indeed guests to my campsite. Is there something you wish of me? Something you're looking for? Or,
Yeah, actually, sorry, I suppose, but the first floor of the dungeon, what is it like? What is it like? Like, what's the ecosystem? Is it just the ruins that are kind of there with
it
dwarven script,
smelled
or
like
is it?
death,
Oh,
mostly.
I guess it would smell like that. Those are some pretty rusty ruins.
It smelled mostly of death, and as our job was to retrieve dead people, it smelled greatly of death.
Wait, dead people. You guys didn't go and like, how many people? What were you trying to do down there?
Well, a party of so-called adventurers like yourselves had gone down ill-prepared and died. We were sent
Oh,
by one of their
oh,
family
that's no
members
good.
who had some wealth, wanted us to bring a body back. We brought back a little more than a body, but that's what he knew, and that's what he paid us for.
Rod pulls out a small notebook out of his backpack and starts scribbling down some numerical calculations. How long ago was this?
Oh, last month.
Oh no, here he goes with more questions. Can I get another cup of tea, please, Mortimer?
Mortimer, like you don't see anything, but there is a definite, like a presence that gently lifts the teacup up, pours some more in the kettle, and hands it back to you while rekindling the fire once more to set up another pot of tea.
Oh, thank you, you're very lovely. Anyways, go on with the interrogation.
Hey, real
What?
quick, do you think we could take like a short 5 minute break? Because
Sure,
because
I would
yeah,
be
I
down
Yeah,
for that.
sounds good
all
to
Oh
right,
me.
yeah,
I
good
need
idea,
water.
actually.
all right, for sure. Yeah, because I gotta do something real quick. I'll be back.
Do we want to
Same
hit
Sounds
here.
good,
a
man.
BRB screen on stream then?
Yeah, BRB,
Let's do that.
please.
Okay, I will do that. I'm going to deafen the Discord call while we do a BRB screen with music.
Yeah.
Same.
So everybody just mute yourselves for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yep, you can do that. Oh, yeah, you can do that too. Alright guys, stream, we're gonna go on 5-minute break. People need to stretch, go to the bathroom, drink water. What are you guys thinking of the campaign so far? How you feeling? How you feeling before I go to BRB screen? And a Lily, Ara, I will do this just for you, Sunset. um, is the people in the city say Ara Ara? There we go. It's very good, interesting. How are you guys liking Lillia so far? Yay, nay.
Bitch, I have a charisma score of 8.
Good for you.
I'm socially inept.
That's one of our party members. He's my roommate. He just walked in. You love it? Oh, okay, that's awesome to hear. We're gonna go ahead and go on a 5-minute break now. I'm gonna hit that BRB screen. You guys stay fabulous. I will be right back. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back, one and all. Thank you so much for being patient while we went on that 5-minute break. Let's get back into the campaign, shall we? Alright. Back. We all good to go? You ready?
I am.
Yes.
Alright, so we
I'm
have
good.
Get some
confirmation
more.
from Stitched and Flame.
Alrighty, alright. Can I just say something right now about the clothes on the floor?
Yeah.
They're werewolves.
Okay.
I think they're werewolves. They are
Maybe
woo 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 woos.
Maybe you'll find out.
There are woo woos.
Next time
Okay,
on
I'm back.
Dragon Ball Z.
Next time in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, do we
If you
have?
want, I can do that voice.
Or are we just calling it? Because the impromptu title I came up with was Sweet Druk Said. But do we have a name for the campaign?
No.
Okay.
Alright, that works for me.
That works for me too.
Super
Druk
fun
Said-
time, adventure time!
Oh my god. Drakh is the name of the Dwarven city, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I guess the town adopted the name because. Okay.
Yep. It's the only thing they could read.
Wow, that's really sad.
It's
Look at
the
them being able to read.
How basic.
yeah. There's a
Base.
bunch of humans that found it first.
Basic.
I mean, who can't read Dwarven?
I mean, it's also
Basic.
Human. It's also human, so
And it was an ancient form of Dwarven, not a common form of Dwarven. So the only thing that
Perfect.
came across was a literal translation that doesn't have a literal meaning anymore.
Also, music stopped a long time ago, and I want to check on chat, make sure if that's okay. It just died suddenly.
Oh, from earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, it only goes for so long. I can set it to repeat for certain ones, but the Dark District, I figured I'd let that fade out.
Okay. If anything, I can try to find some adventuring music to put on my side.
I have one for this, which is just a little bit of a chill ditty. I'll just start it now. Just keep it on low volume here.
All right, are we all back?
yep.
Alrighty then. Is Meepo here?
I was gonna say, I don't think I saw Cam say anything yet.
Okay.
I've been here. I've been trying to get a word in, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody.
Okay. We
Oh,
appreciate
sorry.
you, Meepo.
Meepo, you're the best MVP. Chat gave you head pats earlier.
Oh, someone also asked for a Lillia Ara Ara. I don't know if you want to do that.
I did it. I did it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it was funny.
Alright, can you guys hear the music? It's really low, but...
I can hear it. I don't know if chat can hear it.
Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. I can adjust global volume here.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Probably
Yep,
a little bit
similar.
lower than that.
How's
Just a
that?
touch lower.
Uh,
Yeah, no,
touching-
that's yeah, like I'm trying to make sure that it's not louder than you guys talking.
How's that?
That's good. I think that's
Yeah,
good.
I feel that's
Okay.
perfect.
I'll just keep this on loop for a little bit. Alright. So, we last left off. We were just chatting over some tea. You got a new cup. Maria, though nobody actually asked her name. We're just gonna go with Maria because you can see
I was
it
about
there.
to ask. I was gonna be like, Lily was gonna make a comment like, "How did she know our name?"
Yeah, I just did that because you knew her name, so it was just a silly pushback.
What it?
But yeah, you were asking questions.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm doodling notes and mathematics in my notebook, and I look up, and I stare intently at her, and I go, "When was the last time since the cycle restarted?"
I believe it happened just the other day, did it not?
The other day. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. That I start scribbling more numbers into my notebook.
Yes, and
Can I take a quick peek over his shoulder to see what he's trying to scribble down?
sure. Unless he tries to hide it from you, but
No, not hiding it, but it's all in Dwarven.
Nope. Well, he got Dwarven.
Hey,
That's
Meepo
right,
remembers
so-
smelling the clothes and remembers that they smelled very funny.
yes, they probably were up to something, if you catch my drift. No?
Lilia's going to guess something beginning with the word letter S, ending with pixie time.
That would be correct. It'd be my guess as well.
I'm sorry. What?
So you see. Do you know what? No, I'm not doing this with you. Anyway, does anybody else have any pertinent questions not about birds and the bees?
I didn't ask about birds and bees. I was asking what. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna.
I give him a pat on the shoulder. He's like, it's okay. In due time.
We'll tell you when you're older, son. We'll tell you when you're older.
As a matter of fact, she reaches into her cuff and pulls out a business card that is just a carefully sketched on wax imprint of lips and hands it across towards Core. Go to this shop in the city that has this symbol on it. They'll teach you all about what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Thanks.
They're sending him to
I-
a brothel.
Karad
Very
takes the
hard.
card and puts it in one of his pockets under his splint mail. I have just one more question. Just one more.
Of course you do.
Is there any expeditions going? Are people actively venturing down there? Can I join them?
You'd have to ask them, but that is something that happens relatively regularly.
Are there any notable groups that go down that like really big names?
There are.
I'm starting to think the wee little one has a bit of a death wish.
No, not a death wish. There's something down there. I need to know something. It's down there. It's a long story. Don't really care to share right now. But I just need to know who's going down there.
Lots of people go to check in with the Adventurers Guild. I'm sure if
great.
you've
I
got
just
a
looked back
license,
that.
if you've got a license with the Adventurers Guild, then I'm sure they will get you the contacts needed.
There's a
Well,
slight issue with that. We have not
Oh.
yet been admitted into the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, did you take the first quest?
Is there a better quest that we can
Perhaps.
take? Because they
There
just
is-
kind of up for it, and I
that's
was
like-
like, I might as well go along with it.
Guys! Don't worry. This is part of Lilia's plan. We go into the where the baby dragon lives. We save the baby dragon. We bring the baby dragon back. We give it to the old lady. The old lady tells us, "Oh, good job, you did the quest," and then we get the admittance. Easy peasy, easy peasy. I go back to sipping on my tea.
I don't see. She didn't actually say quest. She said she has a request, not a quest.
The word quest is still in it. Lilia counts it.
Jin kind of pinches his brow, kind of, and just lets out like a slight sigh and like kind of contemplates whether or not just trying to leave and go back to the city.
It's okay. It'll all work out. Also, how could you say no to such a cute little old lady? Look, Jane is her pet. Let's go find the pet. I'm sure she'll repay us handsomely.
Do you, sorry, lady. Are there any aquifers, dams, water storage devices around the city at all?
I don't know, and I don't care.
What is with it
Okay,
on all these
fine.
questions?
Well, see, an easy way to cleanse a city of that size. This used to happen all the time in the underground. But you could basically flood the place to wash out all the stuff, and then the quest would be done, like almost instantaneously. And we just go turn it in and go to the Adventurers Guild, and then go down the dungeon and
You notice
stop.
that Lilia's looking up at something, and she snaps back at you. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
Oh, never mind. I guess you just wouldn't understand it.
She gets distracted easily, so seems that your tales bore her.
Okay, first off, I don't understand how that could be boring. I'm literally talking about finishing the task that we were given in like the fastest time possible using water transportation. This is very interesting things. Like the mathematics behind it, I see start flipping madly through his note.
You
I hold-
see
I hold up
Lilia
one finger.
start just drifting off again. She gets up and starts wandering over to a tree that has a convenient squirrel running around it.
I hold up one finger, short one. I do not care. I'm telling you this now, before you spend the next 15 minutes explaining to me how we can travel by water, when if you look around, I do not see a river. I do
No,
not
no,
care
no.
of your magics. I do not care of your inventions.
As
Okay.
everyone's arguing back and forth, I look to Maria and ask, "Are you
Lilia's
interested
asleep. She has
in
ADHD
any
too.
of the cults as the like?" And I kind of
Can
And I
you say
kinda-
that again? What as like?
Oh, you can turn the music just.
Are
to,
you
like,
interested in the cult in the occult and the like? And I kind of
Colin? Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna say turn down the music, please.
Yep, that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
the
the occult.
occult.
and I kind of start
No,
making the cards dance.
no.
back and
I think I
forth.
would like you to leave, please. Now.
Of course, we shall. Thank you for your.
They can stay.
thank for
You
your
must
time.
go.
So be it.
Lilia
I
looks
thank
over
you.
her shoulder just to see what's going on.
I bow and say, well, thank you for yours, and I guess I will. And I start walking back towards, or I came.
Okay. You're breaking up real bad, by the way, Stitched.
Yeah, you're in and out.
But
Oh
yes,
yeah.
you would know from experience that not everyone is open to cults, and talking about it openly can get you some funny looks.
Lilia drifts over to him. Hold on, let me move. She comes to sit next to him and goes, hey there, it's okay. I'm used to people thinking I'm weird too. Beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? She kind of hoofs the ground with her foot a little bit.
I say, it's of no worry. Most people do not understand these such things, and when their fortune is told, some choose not to believe it.
Well,
But
it's okay.
in any
Lilia
case-
likes you anyways.
Thank you.
What's your passive perception? You should see it in your sheet, Jin. What is your passive perception?
18. My bad. Passive perception.
Kicked out. Sorry,
Okay.
you can't come here.
Yeah, because you took that
Oh,
feat,
thank
right?
you, Sunset.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you're in there, you remember now that it's come to your mind and has been brought up again. You saw symbols on books from 2 other cults that have been rival factions to yours,
I
but
see.
that were also enemies of each other. in her tent.
Would I know? Um, hmm,
One was a gospel of corn. The other was a name that was never uttered, but the symbol was of a snake and a staff.
can I? I'm thinking. Sorry.
That's okay, take your time. She's gonna turn back. Meepo, obedient little creature that you are. Are you sure you should be hanging out with people so dangerous?
What seems to be so dangerous about that? Well, I don't know them very well. I honestly just can't tell.
I was talking to the cute little kobold.
Ooh, dummy mommy has noticed you, Meepo.
Oh,
Are you here, Cam?
okay, can you repeat that, please?
It's like, what? Why are you keeping the company of people so dangerous?
Meepo doesn't know. Meepo was just kind of thrown into group.
I get that. Anyway, I'm afraid I must bid you adieu, if you don't mind. She reaches back into her tent and pulls out a viola and pulls it over the strings. And the first sound is like a nice, clean note, but the ending tune is very discordant and unsettling and not off key, just tingling something in the center of your brain that induces both fear and curiosity at the same time. And as she does, behind her there appears to be something. She simply turns back to you, waves once, and walks this way and disappears,
Oh,
carrying her viola.
I guess that's one way to end the music recital, huh, guys?
Overly dramatic, if you ask me.
Did we
Ugh.
follow her?
I'm headed back to the city.
I
I'm gonna go find water to to pump through that place.
I think it best
Oh,
not.
no, you're not, wee little one. You're staying with us. As I tried to get a hold on Cora as he's trying to walk by.
I think it's best not. We follow, or at least have an unpleasant acquaintance with her ever again.
Okay, well, I just hope she's okay. But you, wee little one, you're not going anywhere. Again, I'm trying to seize him as he's walking by, trying to keep him in the group.
I'm going to resist. You're gonna need to make a strength
Roll.
check.
Both of you make a contested. Well, you have to make an athletics check. Lillia and Cora, you have to use either acrobatics or athletics. Okay. So try as you might, you get a good grip on his armor, but he kind of just, the little dude just kind of pulls away from your grab and just keeps walking.
What in the world? How is he so slippery? He's in heavy armor. Like, he's in metal. You get back here. And I'm going to start chasing after him.
I yell out to him, your plan may very well work, but there might be the added consequence of you being put to death for flooding an entire city.
People do that?
What, people die?
No,
Of
no, no.
course. Oh.
The thing.
Very
Do
much
they?
so.
but
Well,
it solves the problem. The quest is complete. We get the
But you
adventure
can't
card.
just go
Yes.
doing that. You're going
Well,
to
we
destroy
do-
people's houses.
Well, you would have the added problem of flooding an entire city, and
Like for
that
3 seconds.
just solves one problem with another. So
You're going to hurt people. You can't do that. You
your mind is in the right place, my friend.
Yes, what he said.
But we must try to find something else.
Okay, how about an army of clockwork trash machines?
Wait, what? Can you make those?
That might work.
Sort of. I can only
Sort
make a
of.
few. We need a lot more people and a lot more material.
Okay, okay. What kind of material do you need, wee little one?
Like, here, Karad pulls out his notebook, runs some calculations. We're going to need about 3 tons of iron,
Uh-oh, he's bringing out the numbers.
maybe about 50 gems worth about 100 gold pieces each, and I
Excuse me,
also
Cor.
need,
Cor.
uh,
I try to get his attention and kind of like wave my hands in front of him.
yes, what is it?
Think about this for a second. You said you needed iron and gems, yes?
Yeah.
Now, what are two places where a dragon might keep its hoard or other valuable items?
I don't know, where does a dragon keep its hoard? Do they even keep hoards?
Okay. Listen
What?
very closely, little one. Okay, okay. You got? Do I have your attention? And I kind of start crouching down. Okay. So you see, fist. This is the dragon. Okay. And then you see my hand, my other hand under the fist. That's its gold and its treasure. Dragons like to hoard treasure.
But I don't need gold. I have plenty of.
We
But
can melt it down or buy supplies.
But-
Come on, let's go get the dragon.
But, Cor, you do need gems and some dragon hoard.
We can buy what you
you
need.
can also go to the Dead City. The Dead City has plenty of that stuff.
We are not going there because, like its name, we will die. So let's go get to the dragon and go get its stuff, and then we'll go build you your little toys and such. Okay? And I raise an eyebrow up at him.
He raises a finger, kind of drops it down a bit, raises it back up again, and then he just shakes his head.
Money, money, wee little one, money. If we get the dragon, we get the monies, we get the gold, whatever it might have, we can buy you your little toys. Let's go. And I beckon towards him to come back to the group.
He just shakes his head and starts walking back.
Have we convinced the short one to finally follow us?
Yep, Lillia is a professional, smooth talker. And you see me start just strutting in front of the party.
I sigh.
Hope you're lagging out. Hold on.
Try to see anything. It's like
Oh no, he's
that she
lagging.
might still be somewhere area.
You are completely a robot, bro.
We're getting maybe one of every three syllables that you're saying right now.
He is typing.
Um,
Dun, 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 dun.
we can't hear him, and
Oh, if you want to look, see if she's still there, you
perfect.
can roll perception.
while we're doing that, I'm going to turn to Core here and ask him a question. I bend down again. Also, we little one. How old are you? For such a small little one, I'm not used to children having beards. What are you?
Well, let me see. Hold on. I remember 20 cycles.
Ah, wait, I thought you were a child. Lilia starts to kind of sweat as she realizes she has made a error in judgment.
Yes. Also, I'm just gonna make a note for you guys. This is not a super serious thing.
Uh-huh.
But wait till I ask you to make a roll before making a roll. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Um, just because, like, I understand people want to join in, but like, if I say, like, if one person's looking for something and they roll a perception check, like just now, it just doesn't make sense story-wise that everybody would make the perception check unless they're all looking for it.
Okay, that's what I've been doing. Is just waiting
Yeah,
for you
no,
to tell us to
no,
roll.
it just popped up for the first time now, so I'm just letting it know
Oh, sorry. Was
as
it me talking?
I'm sorry.
Was it
No, no,
because I
you're
was? Oh, sorry.
go. No, you're fine. Yes, sorry, I interrupted. Continue.
Nope, it's okay. I think we're moving.
Yes.
Are we going onward?
Yeah. So, where are you guys headed?
I don't know. Everyone decided to follow Lilia. I don't know why, but here we are. We're going to find the dragon, the dragon, the dragon.
Can I, real quick, can I just leave a note, inside of the tent, saying, I understand that might have upset you, but I believe that an enemy of an enemy can also be a friend, and if there might come to a time where we might be able to help each other, feel free to call out for help. And I
Ooh, leaving love letters, are we?
and I run back to the group.
Okie dokie.
And we're off to the dragon.
So, you, Lilia, roll me a survival check, please.
Okay. Survival check. Hold on.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, you guys started off on your journey about mid-morning, and by this time you're starting to get a little bit hungry. You're not seeing any dragon or any dragon tracks, and about noon rolls around, about 1 o'clock rolls around, about 2 o'clock rolls around, and you start losing the regular path until you stumble onto a small trail that seems to lead east. So you could see a clearing outside of the woods to the east. And you could head that way if you'd like.
Do we see any other path, or is that kind of the only like landmark that we're seeing here?
You're kind of just stumbling into the woods at this point. And you can see a clearing to the east. Um, and you can only tell because now that the sun's gone overhead, that's to the west. I'm just going to keep the axis normal like it is on Earth. And you can kind of tell that eastward there is an opening in the trees.
Right. Uh, Skull Splitter walks first. Looks back at Lillia. I will go first. Watch my back.
Yes, sir. We'll watch. Doing the heckin' watch on your back. I got you. And I'm just prepared, following behind him.
Okay. One moment while I drag you guys over. Ba, 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 ba. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Where's the button? There it is. Okay. So the path seems to widen out more and more, until finally you come upon a slightly sandier area and what looks like the remnants of a town. The forest ends sort of abruptly, and then you are here.
Well, Lillia's gonna take this chance to start building a sandcastle in some nearby dirt.
Okie doke. I'll put you guys all on the left. Put yourselves on the left side of the screen, if you will, wherever you would like to be. Roll for sandcastle. Roll performance check, please. It's a passable sandcastle. The sand's pretty dry here. It's not super hot, but it is dry sand that if you dig under, it gets a little wetter. But it's a sandcastle. You got it.
Awesome. I'm going to just put my last touch of a wee little flag, and I'll start wandering around or stay here. Actually, I'm gonna admire my sandcastle. I did a great job.
Alrighty.
Can I check for any signs of life or anything that might indicate that there's people still living in this area?
Make me a perception check, please.
Not good.
13. 13. Um, Coming in, your first instinct, based on your passive perception, is that there was no one around. But as you take a closer look, you really can't tell if there's anybody here. The houses are broken down, but I guess there could be somebody in them. Either way, they're old, made mostly of sandstone. Doors are made of stone, heavy hinges on them, made of iron. It's strange construction, but these sandstone buildings remain pretty solidly intact.
I will go over to this closest one here and kind of pop my head in and like call out, "Hello? Anybody there?
As you
Living?"
do, you hear a rustle and a clatter, and you look inside, and the place is just full of scorpions. Just everywhere, and they react to your voice and the breaking of the light that was filtering through the window. They start crawling towards you.
I kind of take a step back. Okay, I guess there's gonna be nobody living in there. Let's just come back. And I
As you fall back, the scorpions start to pour out of the house. More and more and more of them.
How big?
And there's a range. Some of them fill up. They're tiny, but there's a whole mess of them all grouped together. And there's a couple relatively large ones. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ah! Killer scorpions!
When you come back, be ready to roll initiative. And if you'd like, between, I will help you guys learn combats before that session starts during the week. But yeah.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
That was a really good start.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm still in my Lillia voice for a minute there.
Fuck. Okay.
still,
Yep. Gotta stop doing the
still
graphic
trying
voice.
to find. Yeah, still trying to find mine. Trying to figure out which accents would.
Problem is, I can also talk like that normally too, so it's like my other normal voice.
Alright, well.
What? This isn't my normal voice?
No, I
No,
noticed.
It is.
I will have to say,
Alright.
like, voice acting has been pretty good for the NPCs so far. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
been
haven't done a
really
good
good.
job.
Thank you.
Okay, Colin.
Normal. Yeah,
I've
no
only got
problem.
so many. I've got like 5 I can do, so
Ada.
they'll be recycling after that.
Thank you.
yay!
Alrighty, I'm gonna get ready to end my stream then. Thank you so much to Colin, Nixian, Ol, Cam, Stitch. Thank you all. we'll be doing these sessions every Wednesday, correct?
That's the plan.
Yep,
All
unless
right.
if the whole party decides to change to a different day, but this day works best for me, so.
All right, every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Is that
That is the
decided?
plan.
Alrighty, guys, we've got an adventure going. Thank you so much, channel, for being here with me, and thank you, party. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get a raid set up. I'm gonna drop out of call for a minute. You guys have a great one. I'll probably talk to some of you after this call.
Yeah, thank you
So,
for playing.
yeah, no problem, no problem. Shout out to
Bye.
Colin for
I
being a
hope I
DM.
roll a high initiative next session.
Oh gosh, same.
Adventure.
I hope that that
Adventure.
accidental roll isn't the only crit I have this entire campaign.
Oh,
I saw that like, oh
yeah.
god, that's the only one I'm ever getting, isn't it?
Alrighty, guys, I will see you in a minute.
Yeah, see much.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I hope you guys are loving it. I'm gonna quickly take a minute to find someone to raid. So if you'll just be patient with me. Feel free to talk to me about how you feel about this campaign. Hold on, do I have a live screen I can go to? I do! I just don't... Interesting. I just don't have a Mochi picture. That's very interesting. Please. Oh, Big Mochi. How do you guys feel about Big Mochi? We get her a wee bit smaller. Please hold. I'm working on it. I'm doing my best here. This is probably the best I'm gonna get it, honestly. Fun. I can do this. I'm good at this. Or not. I'm really bad at this. This'll do. We're gonna go ahead and find a lovely person to raid. Very cute. Oh, thank you. Loved it. Oh, I'm so happy to hear. I was really nervous about showing you guys this campaign, so you guys being really supportive of it has been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be doing this, like I said, every single Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern Standard. Let me see who we can raid here. What are we kind of in the mood for? You know what? We're gonna go ahead and take a peek on Faye Kitsune tonight. I have not given them a lovely raid, so let me do that real quick. You guys stay awesome. For anyone who is curious, here is our Discord, here is my Twitter. Be sure to join the Discord if you'd like to talk to Mochi and the gang or anything like that, see what's kind of going on. I'm gonna start posting my streaming schedule and things like that on Twitter and on Discord. Be sure to join me on Twitter. We are going to be doing an official debut at 500 followers. There may or may not, I plead the fifth, there may or may not be a pre-debut cherry Mochi coming out. But like I said, 50-50. I will see you guys later. See you in the next stream. You guys have a fantastic night and stay sweet. Stay sweet, everyone. Tons of love. Bye. Thank you so much for all the new follows. You guys are amazing. Tons of love. Bye-bye.